Hello everyone and welcome to Era Military Collectibles. How are we keeping? So let's hope people will start to pop in and say hello. Notification has just gone out. So hopefully guys should soon start coming in. Podrick's here, Clover Airsoft is here. Hello, how is everyone? Welcome to this week's fun and festivities of Era Military Collectibles. Sorry it's been a quiet week. I know I had promised on putting up some videos. I lost my mojo. I got sick. So I just didn't bother, to tell you the truth, guys. So I'm just gonna get myself looking somewhere handsome here for the camera with my World War II hairbrush. 1943. Date there now. You can see it. Will the date come up? No. Okay, there we go. So who else have we? Shalom, Hereford Regimental Museum. Hello, how are you? Broadsword to Kenny Boy. Hello, Jim, how are you? And Rifle Green, how are you doing? So yeah, so sorry, as I said, I had videos planned for last week. They have been shot. They're sort of edited. This fella will actually tell you of a video that is coming up shortly. But I had them edited, half edited. I was going to post them. I got sick. I lost my voice. I lost my mojo. So I apologize, guys. My fault. I'll get them done. I'll get them done this weekend. I get stuff sorted this weekend. I'm still, as you can still, my voice still isn't 100%. And if you see me spraying the green whistle every now and again, don't worry about it. It is to sort out my throat, pretty much. Although I am drinking this, which I shouldn't really be because it does cut my throat when I drink it. But sure, there we go. Evening all, Stan is in the man cave. Hello, Stan. How are you? Do you need some sympathy? see the QM. If you want it, it's in the dictionary between shit and syphilis. That's what these tell us. You there, fella, Dave? I'm here. So I've been cleaning and tidying and doing bits and bobs in here today. I've been doing it around the whole house actually. So the videos will be coming up. They'll be coming hot and heavy. There's one we just finished filming one, and there will be another 2 filmed tomorrow. Sorry, there will be 3 filmed tomorrow. 333 for those of you that like the Irish accent. And it'll be up in the next few days. You have Stan DDRT Cave. Is that an Australian uniform? Yes, this is the Australian Desert uniform, and it is the Restoration Task Force. Is what it is. They were in Afghanistan. They were an engineer type unit. But we will be talking more about that uniform later. You don't domesticate. I am domesticated occasionally. I try and tidy up things and clean up things, and it's just nice sometimes to be domesticated. I'm doing a DDRT attack. Are you in the attic? Or are you in the shed? Man cave. Stan, where are you? Good evening, chaps. Hello, Nick. How are you? Dave is what? Dave is with his organs of state terror. Kate. All right, you're in the shed. How you got to the shed by yourself? Fair play to you, Stan. Yeah. So that was the mojo went out the window when John lost his voice today or during the week, and so yeah. So that stuff will be coming up. For those of you that don't know, I will be in the north in the next few weeks. Possibly 3 to 4 weeks now at this stage. I will be doing a video for the Operation Banner Veterans Museum. and I will be meeting one or two of the lads up there that I have friends up there that we'll be meeting for. I have some of the guys have some kit for me, and we're going to be going around scouting locations to see about doing some documentary style websites. Rifle Green, actually, if you're around, I'll give you an email during the week, and we can talk about that. I will also be in the Yorkshire Wartime Museum, Yorkshire War Experience in August, and I'll be with the delinquents from the Living History UK Festival and associated members and guys. We will be at the Victory Show. So yeah, so there's the next. We're having a busy schedule coming up soon. Shade. The best is the joke about an advert for three fellas wanted. The three Irish lads turn up for the one job. An Irish auntie told me that one. Bless her. Oh, three fellas wanted. DLD. Recognised it. Worked very closely with Australians and Kuwaiti. Oh, very cool. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, so I'll bang you an email anyway. We'll try and work something out. Cold War Chemical. Hello, how are you? Yeah, so there's a few projects coming up. As I said, it has been hot and heavy. There's some stuff coming over the weekend for I'm expecting some stuff. Dave has sent me some stuff that is in a family house that I need to go collect. It has arrived, Dave. Andrew, if he's popping around, has some stuff for me that I need to collect after, you know. Oh, sorry, when I meet him in August, and I have some stuff from SOF coming in as well for the Victory Show, so I need to get all that sorted and everything. Then I'm flying over now, dropping in anytime soon. What did you reckon with my World War II German binoculars? Stan, they look fantastic and they looked well. I have two pairs of optic. I have my father's pair, which are here, which are like these Canon pair that I just have around this mannequin because they suit him better. I have the World War II ones you sent me, and then I picked up another second pair of World War II ones. So I have three sets of binoculars in my collection now at the minute. But I have been looking lately about getting a naval set because the naval are actually, because of the distance and stuff, there's a better field of view on them. But it's like anything else. If you're not 100%, or if you're not have enough research done on that area, you sort of step back. There's one, especially now with eBay and things like that. Picking up a bargain from the UK and stuff like that used to be easy to do. It's not now because of the tax. I showed Stan screenshot that I had of a pair of binoculars that I was looking at in England and in Canada, and they were nearly the same price in taxes alone as they were being advertised for, and they weren't being ad for bad pricing, but because of the tax, it was ridiculous for me to even try and attempt to purchase them. So it's tough. Also, if you could sort out an address from me. Oh, yeah, sorry, Stan, I will, no hassle. I'll give you an email there during the week. I'll actually give it to you this evening after the live stream. Jim Timber 2, Rich Burton, or Clint Eastwood. Navy ones are superb. They look cool. They do look fantastic, the Navy binoculars. But it's because of Brexit. Not so much what's happening in Ukraine hasn't really affected here much. Price of diesel and stuff, price of petrol is high, but it was getting that way before the actual conflict. Sorry, guys. It was getting that way before the actual conflict. But to get stuff now from England, it's bonkers. You have to keep, I think it's below €20 is the value that something needs to be worth before you don't pay a tax on it. So I've literally bought a couple of badges and stuff off of SOF, and I think it came to like €26 with postage. So I'm going to see how much it's going to cost me now in tax on that. What are people drinking? Coca-Cola, David. That's what we're drinking. There are other soft drinks out there for people, so don't think that you need to drink Coca-Cola. So yeah, so this lad is coming up. Some people have been asking me about him. This lad is coming up. Just move him over here a bit more. The leg on this one is a bit wobbly, so you have to be careful of it. So, gotcha. That wasn't a motto, that was a fly, so there we go. So he's coming up, and this lad, he will be coming up as well. So there's 2 videos that you will be seeing shortly. Rum and Coke. Sign of Free West, yeah. On eBay for World War II German binos, if they haven't got stamped on them regarding army binos or codes or marks or war marks, Navy ones can have eagle and swastika on means metric traded. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, so I need to I actually need you to do that probably some evening. The 2 of us are free and we're chatting away on the old WhatsApp. Oh, fix the light. There we go. And we're chatting away on the old WhatsApp is well, the 2 of us will be looking on eBay together and see if we can find anything. Espresso martini. There's a fly back here and he's bugging me. I can see him through the corner of my eye, which really pisses me off. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw out some mothballs over here in the corner. And I don't think they're moths. I hope they're not moths. They're not, they're actually flies. And we're going to give them a taste of the medicine. Fly, my pretties, fly. So yeah. Now, so that's what we will be doing. NBC strike, yeah, exactly. They have buggered off very quick anyway. Where have we gone? I haven't been able to eat or drink properly in the last 3 or 4 days. I forgot how bloody hell a bad sore throat can be. I should have built a gym in my garden instead of a military museum. No, you should not have, Stamps. Stop talking horse manure. They are shy raisins. My dog loves them. Joshua Wright, hello, how are you, Stan? My cats eat flies. My dogs, for some reason lately, have decided to eat grass. So I must check and take them to the vet because somebody was telling me it can be a problem with worms and stuff like that. So I need to take them to the vet and get them checked out. But hopefully they're all good. So yeah, in the items in the collection we were talking about last week, actually, guys, we'll get back on track. What items we were talking about in the collection last week is the Finnish German helmet. The German helmet manufactured for Finland during the Winter War has arrived at my relations in America. So they will be here in the next 7 days, I think. So hopefully we will have a look at that. Fingers crossed, everything will go well. I don't see why it shouldn't get stopped for any reason. Not sure, who knows, but we'll wait and see. I used to smoke grass. Never had worms. So yeah, so that's coming. I have hopefully within the next 3 to 4 weeks, I should have finished my impression enough for the victory show to do with a video on it, to get your feedback on it, to see what I need to improve on, and things like that. Before I actually get to victory, I do need to get Blanco. So I see this is the argument. We're portraying the first SAS, right? The SAS in themselves are a ragtag bunch of everything and anything, right? So, and like, yes, he did. Um, they did have strict discipline, but they had strict discipline in weapons handling, fitness, uh, field craft, things like that. When it comes to barrack discipline, they weren't exactly under the thumb the whole time. So I'm half contemplating whether to Blanco stuff or whether to not to Blanco stuff, or just because I was talking to Herefordshire Regimental Museum, if he's still there somewhere, and some of the old L detachments used to scrub their webbing white to just make them, because from being in the desert and to stand out amongst everyone else. So that could be a possibility. It could also be a possibility I just leave it alone and not touch it. So we'll wait and see. Family is a good thing. Yes, family is a very good thing. My missus has made a patio area all done nice, painted fence, etc. She said it needs some old signs. I suggested an epic military Roipo sign of Moscow with bullet holes. She said, um, you can get some nice signs though. I'll have a look around here and see if I can get you some of the Guinness ones. The Guinness, they're everywhere. They're everywhere here. You find them everywhere. They show the Guinness makes you stronger, and a picture of the pelicans or the horse carrying the rider and things like that. So I'll see if I can find you some of them. Um, and there's no hassle. You don't have to, we can. I'll just send them over to you. I bought a pair of parade grade hobnail boots, and the shine is shite. I was using a heat lamp for polish, but I still can't get the mirror finish. Any tips? Of bulling boots, right? First thing you need to do is strip all the polish off them. Then you need to slowly build up layers. Kiwi Parade Glass is the best polish you can get if you can find it. If you can't find Kiwi Parade Glass, get not regular kiwi, but melt it with a strong alcohol. Um, a clear alcohol, like a rubbing alcohol or something like that. Mix it with that. Um, chamois, this type of a chamois, and literally it's over time. You just wrap it this tight around your finger. Jeez, I can't believe I'm giving a lecture on how to bull boots. But possibly your two fingers, as I used to do, and then you wrap that tight around your hand. You dip it into your polish, and have on your boot. Somewhere I do. So you dip this into your polish, and it's literally. I could do a video if you want me to do a video on how to bull boots. I'll do a video on how to bull boots. Um, but you literally get your polish, dip your hands into your polish, either spit in the boot or whatever, and you just literally that's all you do over the toe cap until you layers and layers and layers of polish until you build up the shine. Um, then later on worry about this side of it, this much of it. But it can be done. It's Bulling boots is an art. It's an art. I was actually fairly okay at bulling boots, so I used to get, other guys would give me their boots, and I'd bull them for trade, shall we say? Do a vid. Don't let Jim Timber near strong alcohol. Uh, Thanks so much, John. I'll give it a try. Yes, please do it for a video. Right, I'll have to find a pair of boots that can be bulled. I do have a pair somewhere that can be bulled. Oops, and we will do it. I got this here the other day. Actually, I need to put it in a frame. If any of you know who that gentleman is, spot quiz. Who is that gentleman? Hold him there for another second. So I need to put him in a frame. Then the boots will be full. There's a few of you there that are fairly good. Michael Collins, good man, straight off the bat. Lord Kitchener, Jesus no. How did you get Lord Kitchener out of him? He doesn't even have a beard. It is rifle green. It is the Lord himself, Michael Collins. His anniversary is coming up soon. So yeah. So there you go. I might get out to Cork actually and do a video where he was killed. A Ballinablaw. Yeah. When was he killed actually? It just says the year. 1890 to 1922. So yeah, so that could be an interesting video. Guys, would people like to see that type of a video? If I went down and did a documentary type thing on where Michael Collins got killed in Ballinablaw during the Irish Civil War. I wasn't doing that makes me as dumb as the goats. Backside, oh, alright. Oh. Yes, that would be uber cool. No problem. So that sounds like a plan. So I'll have to try and get my cameraman together and we go around and go do Cork. Go do Ballinablaw. If any of you want to go see a film, it's not too far from the truth, shall we say. There are one or two things in it that's a bit, but it's not too far from the truth. Is the actual Michael Collins film with Liam Neeson is probably the best portrayal that you will see of Michael Collins. The other good film in relation to Irish Civil War or War of Independence is The Wind That Shakes the Barley. So watch those two movies, guys. They give you great insight into a certain part of Irish history. I wouldn't say they're not 100% correct, but they're a good portrayal of what happened at that time. Liam Neeson did it. Yeah, he was a fantastic. He should have got an Oscar for that. I don't think he got an Oscar for it, but he should have gotten an Oscar for it. It was a fantastic movie. If any of you haven't seen that movie, go check it out. Michael Collins. I'm sure it is aired on lots of different websites that you can find stuff. I'm even positive. I'm nearly. It could be just Irish Netflix, but I'm nearly sure that Michael Collins and The Wind That Shakes the Barley is on Irish Netflix. If you have to make ex-guardsman boots usable for normal use, it takes a lot of work to make them suitable. Thick sole not being an issue. The thing about guard soles, I'm not sure if you're talking in relation to using guardsmen's boots for like reenacting. They will do for certain periods of time, but in the World War II, that fucking fly is back. We'll have to get out the NBC again. But in World War II, the leather was different. The leather was stippled. And they used to only brush polish their boots and dub them. They weren't shined. They were only brushed. They were blackened really. They weren't shined. But yeah, so it's they can be used. They can be used. You do see them being used. You get away with them. The toe cap is actually a lot taller as well on modern ammo boots compared to what the like ammo boots are pretty different. That's what an ammo boot is. Bar. This toe is not smooth. It is this stipple leather. And they're hobnails, obviously. These are DSM. or DMS boots. So these were dragged out for the Falklands impression, and they will be put back in storage shortly because they're no good. Well, they're fine for walking around at home in a nice dry level area, but actually outside in the thick of it, yeah, it's not that good. The chap who was with Michael Collins when he died was a distinguished World War II veteran. He became involved in the Irish film industry. A lot, a lot, a lot of IRA men and guys during the War of Independence, the Civil War, on the Free State side, were ex-British Army soldiers, Irish guys that had served in the British Army. Um, because at that stage they had disbanded, or they were disbanding a lot of the Irish regiments in the British Army. So these lads were out of work. So let's come home, join the Irish Army. And not just that, an awful lot of guys that went to France during the First World War, when they came home, they didn't have work. They were lied to. We will cover that again later on in another video, maybe some point in time. I'm trying to figure out how to do it as a video, but yeah. Hairspray. If you add hairspray after the polish, the shine is awesome, but it's cheating. I'd never heard of hairspray, actually, to tell you the truth. Modern Gar boots have additional soles on them so they do not bend. Yes, exactly. Gar's boots do not actually bend. They fill them with sand as well. You fill them with sand and you cover them with beeswax, and there's lots of ways to it. That fly is immortal. I know he could be. I thought I got him every now and again, but I obviously haven't. Clinting is good so long as you are not caught. Cheating is good so long as you are not caught. I've got DMS boots on my German World War II mannequin. Oh, the shame. Yes, there should be jack boots. Cheating. Good kill. Thank you very much, Dev. Stan, my display is wearing Doc Martens. He actually has private purchase, because it came with him. They're private purchase black American jungle boots, because you do see an awful lot of, especially the UDR, would wear them in the north. They wear black jungle boots. Yeah, I don't know why, but there you go. Rightful Green, if he's still around, I'm sure can tell me that the RUC lads, the PSNI lads, wore their own different type of boots. He's back again. Bye bye. You have left the building. But yeah, the boots is a common thing. Boots is a common thing for guys to private purchase. Even to this day, guys private purchase their field boots because they're just more comfortable. Where are we going? My great grandfather fought in the First World War and was from Ireland. He never moved to Northern England. My great grandfather fought in the First World War and was from Ireland. He later moved to Northern England. Yeah, a lot of guys did. Post-war East German gaiters, low boots that react, and low boots and rotted gaiters. Yeah, you do. So yeah, Stan hats off to him. Like my great grandfather, he fought in India, 1902. He fought in, I think, South Africa. He was involved in South Africa as well. It wasn't, it could have been something or other. But after 1902, between 1902 and 1914, he was in Africa involved in something else. He was a professional soldier. He went in, he lied about his age. He was 13 or 14 or something when he joined the army. So if he was 13, we'll say if he was 14, if he was 14 in 1902, he would have been 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He would have been 24 at the start of World War Two. Would he have been? Yeah. Sorry, First World War. He would have been 24. He fought the whole way through the First World War. He came home after the First World War and was asked about joining the IRA, and he said no. He said, I've done my fighting. My fighting is done. And he was going to the post. This is the family legend anyway. He was going to the post office to collect his pension, and apparently he was attacked by auxiliaries, black and tans. He was attacked by black and tans auxiliaries, gave him a bit of a beating. Him and another guy, his friend of his, that were two ex-British soldiers that were going down to collect their pensions. Two boys ended up in hospital. When they got out of hospital, they turned around to the local IRA lads and said, look, we will help you in training you and stuff like that if you get machine guns and rifles and things like that and tactics, but in relation to fighting, we will not fight ever again. And they didn't fight. Supposedly they never fought again. They never raised weapons, but they were involved in training and arming, I suppose, the other volunteers. So I was young, very, very young when he was still alive, and I can remember him. Of a Tuesday, he would go down to the post office and he would get his British Army pension, and then on a Friday, he would wander himself down again, himself and his dog Patch, would wander down to the post office again, the two of them, and he would collect his Irish Army pension or his Irish IRA pension, and he would come back and he'd put his bag of chips, himself and the dog, and they would sit down in front of a black and white telly and watch God only knows what was on the telly. But yeah, so that was him. That was my great grandfather, and then my grandfather, his son, was a carpenter by trade, and he went to England during the Second World War, and he was in a retained profession, being a carpenter, and being Irish, that he didn't have to join up. But he joined the auxiliary fire service in London, where he was, and they got a call one time to go to. This is later on what I heard off my grandmother. They got a call later in the time of the Blitz to go to a hospital that had been bombed, and when it turned out it was a pediatric hospital, it was a children's hospital. And the following morning, whatever he seen or whatever happened to him that night, the following morning he went down and he joined the Irish Guards, and that would have been around 41. And I know he was in the Guards, and I know he was involved in Arnhem, and I know he was in Italy for a while. Other than that, I don't know much about his service. I must try and check up on it. A different family member of mine has his medals and his books and stuff, so I must need to get in contact with him and get it sorted and see if I can find out a bit more information about him. Sorry for going off on a rant there, guys. I'll just answer some questions here. In the RUC, I wore British Army boots, which were privately purchased whilst training. We wore Oxford type boots, which I had to be. Ooh, we're like trying to be pulling Oxford type boots. David, yeah, I got up. I suppose it was a question of display looking right and spending the money on correct items. It's okay for a bit of poetic license. Exactly. It's fine for poetic license in your own shed. When I was 15, I fought in the school playground and came runner up. Exactly. The RUC had its centenary this week. They did actually. I didn't see much on the telly about it. Actually, it was sort of hush hush and kept under wraps. Um, the guards actually, their centenary is coming up now as well soon. So because the army, and the obviously the RUC, prison service, all of them will all have their anniversaries coming up now soon because they were all formed in 1922 after the foundation of the state. If it rubs it, it is okay. If it rubs it, it is okay as long as no can pick up my son. You have become a man. Sorry, Dave. If it rubs, it is okay. As long as you can pick up my son, you have become a man. Is that from a film or something? I'm not sure. Sorry, guys, I'm going to have to spray my throat again and my voice is going again. It's great stuff, this stuff. I need to get another bottle of that. Yeah, so it works miracles. You can actually hear my voice straight away. So that's a little bit of history about my grandfather, my great grandfather, then my uncle, Lord mercy him, who's now passed away as well. He got drafted in the US for the Vietnam conflict. He was originally meant to be in the infantry, but he was a boxer here in Ireland and he had damaged his eye. He had bad eyesight in one of his eyes because of boxing. So he ended up as a military policeman. And he did 2 tours in Vietnam. One as a airport policeman, whatever, done some airbase as a policeman on an airbase. And on the other one, he was regular military police out and about with everyone else. So there you go. Full fat Coke, good for sore throat. We'll see how that goes. That fly is back. Bugger of a thing. When I'm finished here now, I'll spray the place with fly spray and then close the door. It's on the Aussie jacket. I'll get him again. Did notice up to bit the other week when I met the lads from Combined Forces that some of the German reenactors had low boots with other rubber soles. I don't think that was correct. No, it wasn't correct. I'm sure remember the special thing that the commandos at one point in time got rubber sole boots, and there was a big. They wanted them, like, obviously hobnail boots weren't the best, but you could tell them that they were commandos because of the prints of the soles of their boots. Oh, did I get it? No. It's war. But yeah, so the rubber sole boots. I don't know when the Germans started getting rubber sole boots because as the war ended, you would think they would have tried to get away from rubber because they were getting short supply. So yeah, if I do something, I will make sure I can defend it with my last round and my drop of blood. That is a quote from something, and I'm trying to remember who said it. Coke. Yes, I have it there. It is the blood as I caught it. It is the blood as I caught it. Your air defense needs working on. No, they're everywhere. It's just the same one, I think. I hope it is. But yeah. Oh yes, where's my commando video? Your commando video is coming up this weekend. As I said, I lost my mojo when I got sick, and I just it's half edited. I just need to finish it. I couldn't talk, couldn't breathe, everything. So completely lost my mojo. So I do apologize, guys. I do promise you that I will be doing videos, but they will be up this weekend. VR boots, VR boots. Not that I am too bothered, as I definitely only about chatting on impressions rather than being 100%. No, like this is the thing is, guys, like you can be as accurate as you can as physically possible, but you will never be 100% because unless you have everything absolutely 100% original, it's not correct. And you can't tell if it's correct or not because you weren't there, and you can't talk to the guys that use the stuff, wore the stuff and stuff, because I guarantee you they would have changed stuff. It happens today. Every soldier changes their equipment, how they use it, how they wear it, whether they bring it or not. to a certain degree. It's hey, I seen him in the corner of my eye. No, don't know if we got him or not. But yeah, so it's hard to describe. It is hard to describe whether something is original or not. Germans needed rubber for tank wheels before boots. Exactly. I'm joking. Looking forward to it. That fly is a commando train. He must be. Hang on a second. I'll. If I put this on, he might bugger off. Now, I am normally very wary about wearing other units' berets, but there we go. This was presented to me by a friend of mine who is a commando, and uh, I'm not wearing it as to portray that I am a commando. I'm just saying, hey, got him. I got him, I think. So yeah, so that beret is worn now. It is slightly wrong for the video, as in it is the short brimmed one, but you do see them appearing in the Falklands. They would have had the bigger framed ones, but this will appear in the video for the Royal Marine Commandos in the Falklands, or an impression of the Royal Marine Commandos in the Falklands. Steelhead must stand. Rubber sole World War II German ankle boots were worn by tank and AFV crews to increase grip on vehicle surfaces. Oh, Village Collectibles, thanks for popping in. I didn't know that actually. It's a good thing. So, did you, John, did that fly go through your ear? He must have, because he went straight in one side, not the other. I just spotted him here on the screen going past me. Impressions are done by make you one of the teenagers there. Just look as best as we can. Good kill. Thanks, Dave. But yeah, so that's it. Like, guys, I mean, you're not going to. Like, I could tell somebody what we wore in Lebanon. I could tell somebody what we wore on the border. I could tell somebody what we wore in training. I could tell you what the Irish wore in Africa. But what I wore, not what the next lad wore, because things were different. I'd wear things different and he'd wear things different. My belt order was set up in a different way than his stuff was. Um, so it's constant. It was constantly changing. No two of us were the same. Some guys wouldn't wear with stripped on or Wedman for going on light patrols. Some guys wouldn't wear the yoke. Other guys just wear the belt. I wore the yoke because I have non-childbearing hips, so it used to rub my hips. So I found it easier to wear it with the shoulder straps. So other guys didn't do that. So yeah, so it's much of a muchness. Village Collectibles, nice one, CJ. I didn't know that. I meant that I cut corners to get my display up and running, rather than having it to be 100% all the time. We've covered this up before, guys. I mean, if it's your collection and your representation and it's in your shed and you're not trying to flog it to somebody in the public, a member of the public, as an original or as a historically true item, I don't have a problem with it. I do have the problem with it is, like, everyone has to start somewhere. If we're at a military show and if a young fella hasn't the right boots on because his foot is too small and he can't get GMS boots in a size 4 or 5 or whatever, so what? You probably can, but they're very, very hard to get. If some guy's carrying a rubber bayonet in his scabbard rather than having a real bayonet because he can't afford a real bayonet, that's fine. It's whatever it is. You shouldn't be picking on these people because they don't have the correct items. You should be giving them knowledge and stuff like that, and giving them the interest to go and get the original stuff rather than picking at them and bullying at them that they don't have the right stuff. You see it all the time on forums where guys are putting up videos of their impression or pictures of their impression looking for people to critique it. And knowing it is not 100% correct, but guys will just slate them. This is wrong, that's wrong, this is wrong, that's wrong. Rather than just going, good effort, fair play, change a few things, change A, B, C, and D. Other than that, perfect. There you go. But guys can't do that. Guys have to absolutely slate somebody. I don't know, it's a big man syndrome or small man syndrome or whatever the hell they call it, that they just have to put somebody under the knife rather than just give them confidence and give them a bit of a boost. Sorry, off on a rant again, but we will carry on. Air and knowledge is behind value to that fellow. Air and knowledge is beyond value to that fellow. Um, I'm an expert on medals. Herefordshire lad, if he's around there, he's a very very good medal collector. My head is too big. It is, Stan. We need to get you a smaller head. Go down to the stores there and draw one. Actually, what we could do, we're going to have to try and get you an Argyll and Southern Highlanders Glengarry, because if you're going to be doing up banner, that's who we do with up banner. Still have said most of my mannequins are bootless, hidden by ammo boxes, and jerry cans don't see the point of buying expensive boots for dummies. Exactly. Bring on the next generation is our strategic task. We are to bring them so they can when we're gone. Exactly. That is exactly my point of view. I mean, we are here. I think it was CJ actually, or Military Collective said it. We are the caretakers and the holders of our collections to be passed on to future collectors, because God forbid I want to always be around, touch wood. I'm here for another 50, 60 years, 70 years, but and still collecting. But I mean, I'm not going to be here forever. This will have to be given to other people or sold to other people or whatever. So, yeah, we are only the caretakers of it for a while. Military collectibles, yeah, a bit of a strategic camouflage is the thing. Exactly. My Vietnam one. Sorry, guys, I'm ringing in my ear. My Vietnam one. It could be a fly. It could be caught in my ear actually. But my Vietnam one. When I used to have him on a full body mannequin, I used to have my 77 set in front of his legs, because I didn't have correct boots for him. So that's how I used to get away with his boots at one stage. My head is bigger than my future. 70 years, wow, John, you reckon? 150, possibly, I don't know. If I live till 100, I'd be happy. Give me another 50. No, give me another 60 years, 70 years. I don't care, whatever we live to, we live to. I wrote a lot of nonsense on the ship. No, Dave, you're perfectly happy. Keep working away there. No one is bothering a bit with what you're saying. At Stonehenge, there was a good cross section of properly dressed reenactors and members of the public dressed in fancy dress, and everyone got on fine. Exactly, that's it. I mean, everybody needs to get into the hobby somewhere, and everybody needs to start somewhere, and not everyone can afford. We'll say roughly, if you do decide to do it. So say if you do Second World War, say an original side cap, you're talking 50 quid with cap badge to get a good condition one and a good cap badge. You're talking 50. Well, £40. We'll say £40. So sorry, we'll do it in five. So we'll say £50, right? Tunic, good tunic, depending on what regiment. Like if you went paras or if you went one of the specialist regiments, talking thousands. So say a good tunic will cost you 200 quid. So there's 200. There's your 250 just in your jacket and your hat and your cap badge. Then you have a shirt to get. Shirt, another 50 quid. So we're up €300, £300. Pair of braces, tenner. €310, £310, pair of pants at another £100. So we're £410. Boots, say another £40. So it's around 50. So we said £450 just on what you're wearing. That's not including webbing. That's not including a rifle or a Bren gun or a Sten gun. That's not including a helmet. That's not including what's in the contents of your small pack. That's not including your small pack. That's not including any weapon items. So yeah, it gets there. It gets expensive. I reckon I've got another 30 hopefully. Stan, I hope you've 40, 50 left in you. I hope we're both old men chasing nurses around an old folks home somewhere together. Military collectibles. That'd be cool actually. And military collectibles, old folks home. That'd be funny. Good show, military collectibles. Well, I'm in no hurry. Exactly, Jim. If it certainly was. Hopefully planning to invade the next one in February. There's some good deals to be done in February. February next year. Yeah, it must be February next year because we're gone past February. If I get a bit of planning into next year's ones, I could probably try and make one of them. DDRT will be a progressive debt in the face of the military. It's industrial complex. Yes, the DDRT will kill off an awful lot of collectors rather than anything else. I have had good kills there. Is that at that show? I must look into it a bit more. I would be pissed off if I went to a reenactor thing and I'd done the best I could. Either frustrating or fishing wise if someone just looked down their nose, but rugby is the same. Yeah, I've never, thankfully, I've seen it, but I've never experienced it. I've never gone to a show where, um, thankfully, the groups that I've always been involved with are more mature, um, proper collectors, proper historians, proper individuals, and have a bit of self worth about themselves that they will not pick and bully at people. Um, like the victory show that we're coming up to, like we have a WhatsApp or a messenger group going. There's 7 or 8 of us in the WhatsApp group. Um, the and we're helping each other get whatever, get this item at this dealer. If there's a few of us getting it, we'll see can we get a cheaper price. Helping out each other, helping each other out. No, that's what it should be. It shouldn't be just a guy, a friend of yours or whatever, and you know better. You know that the stuff that he's wearing is wrong, but yet you still don't say anything to him. That's bad on you. You're not his friend. You should be his friend. Say something. Like Stan, we're trying to get Stan into. I don't know if Andrew popped in, but we're trying to get Stan to go to Het Green next year as a up banner, because that's what they do. The group that me and Stan are affiliated with, in Het Green, that's what they do. Is they do up banner stuff. So I'm trying to put 68 pattern stuff together. I actually have a jacket for you that I found today for Stan for there, so he's as correct as possible. He's not going to be 100%, but we'll get him reasonable enough that he looks somewhere like he should be on this in West Belfast or South Armagh or someplace. Good reenactors accept and just want you to be the best that you can be. Exactly. Winter time is the better time for buying second-hand reenactor gear, as some people aren't getting rid of it on eBay once the reenactor season ends. That is a very good point, actually. That is a very, very good point, British Collectibles. The winter, you do see an awful lot of reproduction and reenacting stuff ending up on eBay. Andrew Johnson and the lads were top drawer when I met them. I'd never been to a reenactment before, and I was nervous, but my visit was great and I enjoyed it. Good. So we're going to get you as an Argyle and Southern Highlander at Hat Green, and you don't have a choice no matter. We may have to get 2 Glengarrys though to make you a proper Glengarry that will fit your head, and we should be good. So yeah, so there we go. So Stan, we will have you in a hat somewhere. Weld the caps together. You can't weld them together, Stan. They're wool. My one is up there all the way up my box, so I'm not getting it down. Guys, it's nearly 9 o'clock. We've time is flying. So we've 5 minutes left, 4 minutes left. If any of you want to throw a couple of questions at me about collections and things like that, and we will see what happens. It takes about a year to build a direction of interest. After that, it becomes lads, it's such a. I'll get a wool welding now. It's such like it. I'm putting my Royal Ulster Rifles World War II collection together or impression together for probably a year and a half now at this stage, and I still haven't committed to getting the uniform. I have the patches, I have the most of the equipment and stuff like that, but I'm still looking at bits of information that I see how because it changes because especially the Royal Ulster Rifles, first battalion Royal Ulster Rifles that became Glider-Borne Infantry. They wore for a very, very, very short period of time, they wore a blue and white Royal Ulster Rifles shoulder title for a very, very short time. But that is for sale on OSF as the Ulster Rifles shoulder title. It's not. The Ulster Rifles, they went back to the Rifles one fairly quick, along with the rest of the bits and bobs. So it's just little bits of information like that you miss. So you need to watch what you do. Yes, I know. Stan, if you have you Dave's contacts, I'll send you Dave's contacts. Dave's a good guy, for DDR stuff and things like that. Stan, I've well, some, well, some female woman over there. Jesus, they're all at it now. They've all hit the bottles. The DDRT is flowing in full swing. Right, guys. So that's it. We're up on our hour. As I said, it's been a fantastic conversation with you all, as always. Hopefully, my throat will be feeling a bit better next week. As I said, I'm sorry for the. Does anyone watch Whitman Military Collecting Wing? Yes, I love his actual down the basement stuff, but it's very repetitive. It's all the same things. It it's all the same things that he has down the basement. But I do like his videos. He's a very interesting guy. So there we go. So guys, I'll see you all next week. As I said, I apologize for my throat and stuff. I apologize for not putting up any videos last week. As I said, I lost my mojo due to not feeling well. But this weekend, I'm going to lambaste you with stuff. There's going to be videos coming out your wazoos. So enjoy and have a good time, guys. Stay safe and stay out of trouble and enjoy your drinks and festivities for this evening. Have a good one.